Good morning. It's 9 o'clock and 30 seconds. Yeah, he's a little bit late. Let's see. I'll get a confirmation here. Desktop audio off. And mute the audio for the stream it's coming through. And speaker bot is unmuted. I'm going to go to channel comments. There's a speaker bot with its instructions to you is all. Turn those repeats off. We're ready to go. Alrighty then. Channel comments, the ones I didn't get to yesterday. I'm going to hit 3 of these quickly and then come back for more detail on 2 of them. Gordon Parker, I fell for United States Postal Service UPS scam. That's when I got a notice on my cell phone text saying that they had a delivery problem, and I responded to it and got some scam phone calls coming in after that. Nessie 8502, I love you so freaking much. Thank you so freaking much. That's how to upgrade from Windows 10 Home to Pro. And then go to the top one. You're the bomb. Cheers, dude, regarding device manager errors and fixing those. So I'm going to hit those 3. Well, actually, I'll send them a link to this point in the show where I responded to them, just to let the 3 of you know that what we do here is 6 days a week, Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific time, Saturdays 11 a.m. Pacific time for 2 hours on Saturday with Zoom. We, meaning myself and the people in the chat room, the participants around here, try to help people with solving issues. So we invite you to come and check us out anytime you got something you're trying. If you've done your Google searches, you've done YouTube searches and not find your answer, come in and ask your question here. You can either send an email to me at this address that's on the screen, put a comment on any of my videos, or ask your question in the chat room. We'll try to give you some either answers or ideas to get you to the answers. So that's the community that we are trying to build more here. All right, so I'll give them all a thumbs up and a heart after I respond to them with a timestamp. Now for here, Ventura, I could turn my picture back on. Ventura IT says, in regards to how to fix Gmail reverse conversation order, mail preferences, viewing, show most recent message at the top, you don't need an extension. You're wrong about that. What you missed here is conversation order. This has to do with conversation order. So let me go demonstrate that for you, Ventura. If I come over here to my Gmail, and we can come up here to show newest or oldest, that's just going to show the emails in singular order. But conversation view means I click on the gear icon here, scroll all the way down the bottom. Whoops, I had conversation view on already. Sorry about that. I meant to have that off. So if I have it off, either, well, with off or on, you can get the newest or oldest at the top from there. But that's not conversation view. So what conversation view is referring to, so when we go into conversation view and reload, and then go to an email that has more than one email. We've been talking back and forth. And let's see, here's one down here. It had that number 3 right there. That indicates there's 3 emails in this conversation. If I open this conversation, we see the one at the top is 3 days ago. That's the oldest at the top. Gmail does not give you any way to change that order within the conversation. If I go down here, we find the next one is 22 hours ago and then 18 hours ago. There is no way to change that order. You can Google it. You can ask Google, how can you change the conversation order? And Google will tell you there is no way to change it. So you do have to use an extension. So if I come over here to my extensions, manage extensions, and then turn this extension on. I already have it installed. I'll just turn it on. That's what that video shows us, how to install that extension. And then come over here and refresh. I can just refresh this conversation email right here, and that will switch the order so that the most recent is at the top. Waiting. Come on. Bring it home, bring it to me. There it is. So here we have the most recent at the top. So you do have to use an extension if this is what you want. That one was 22 hours ago, then 3 days ago. All right, so that is my response to Ventura. Ventura IT. We're here 6 days a week to try to give solutions to problems or ideas how to solve problems. We'd love to have you come and participate because obviously you have some level of technical awareness because you thought you were given a correction there, but you just didn't. You missed the part about the conversation order. So then here, Scopio, similar kind of, well, it's a misunderstanding. Regarding our Saturday show, when we were working to help Bet with her problem on the her computers with connecting to the handheld radios. A total confused shamble trying to resolve a problem without first researching and getting knowledgeable with what you're working with, and as the problem cannot be resolved, suggesting to buy new devices and components, not very helpful. Well, Scopio, you weren't privy to all the conversations, the emails back and forth that I had with Bet. She had already gone to a significant extent with people who supposedly knew the subject matter. Now, what I do as a independent computer consultant for 34 years, I'm a general practitioner. I call it. I'm not working in a corporate IT department where the staff there would be expected to know their job really well, know what they do really well. A problem comes on that's outside of what their knowledge area, they're expected to hand that off to someone else. In my world, the type of work that I do supporting my multiple businesses, that doesn't work. You got to be skilled at being able to figure out the solution to the problem.
Maybe offer him a refund.
Okay, thank you, Rand, but hold off for a minute. Let me finish talking to him, please. So I do every week. I am involved with issues that I have not seen before, and I find the solutions. And a lot of people that are involved with us in the chat room, the same thing goes. If I had studied up about how that radio connects to a computer, that would not ever have solved the problem if the source of the problem is actually the cable. We don't know that for sure until we try swapping the cable. So I think you're judging on a little bit short-handed notice there, which I won't hold that against you. I hope to have you around some more. I hope you come in and interact with us. We're here 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, plus also on Saturday with Zoom and connecting remotely to people's computers. I'd like to have you around. So I invite you to come and participate. So that takes care of all of those folks. Then let's go to chat. Pop out chat and see what's going on, because I think I covered everything I had lined up for today. I have received an email back from Bet, and I sent her an email yesterday after the show that contained even more information that I realized after reviewing the show. But she says she's going to be back on Saturday to give us an update. So I'm going to hold off on talking about that. Then let's go over here. John Williams liked the trailer that was, let's see, I think I have it over here. Yeah, it was We Will Rock You by Queen, with me playing Beat Saber during that. And Jeff Ryman, good morning. Alice, hello. Alice, she was with us during Fortnite this morning. Josh was also. Selden Ball. Rand Israel, hello. There's my speaker bot stuff. And then Zvi Manor, good morning to you, good sir. Speedy, Dennis is here catching up in double DVR. Rand says, sounds like a dissatisfied customer, maybe offering a refund. No, what I'd rather, well, refund of a free video, right? I'd rather give us a second chance and come back and interact with us. Alice says, I thought you did a good job. And there were several things during that episode on Saturday of troubleshooting tips and techniques and ways to deal with issues. And then another thing to point out is that on these shows, and the objective of my channel is not for you to watch me solve issues. I want to be somewhat of a facilitator to help the chat room come up with the solutions. Now, there's sometimes when I gave direction and made decisions to go a certain way, and in that show we did that, but I really want the chat room to be involved in finding the solutions. And we all have different skills and backgrounds, and particularly when you people are doing the research and reading things where I don't have an opportunity to do, it's just an awesome environment, I think. I'm enjoying it a lot. Lawn Dog, Doug, the discussion about the radio issue is interesting because it's not something we're all familiar with, and Alice agrees with that. Lawn Dog, and I think more importantly, we learn techniques to narrow down and how to solve the problem and the steps that need to be processed to come to the right conclusion. The ones that were most significant on Saturday was getting more of the background story, because when we got more of the background story and found out when the problem occurred with her prior laptop, it was working day after day, and then it just stopped working. So that wasn't an installation issue. That wasn't a configuration issue. That's part of what really got me interested in that USB cable or the radio itself. Let's move on here. It's very easy to throw out ideas, but there's also things that need to be considered on the subject, like ham raiders. These are the things that are not necessarily aware of. Now, there was also, let's see, I know Carrie, I think it was Carrie Holzman, came up with that piece about after the radio had been factory reset, then that menu option needed to be changed to tell it how to utilize a USB cable. That one was significant. So that was a complication to an already existing problem. The already existing problem was when the radio stopped working with her prior laptop. Then she went to a new laptop and had reset the radio. So that just kind of compounded things. It's going to be fun to see how that works out in the end. I think during that session, we learned some things, especially how these radios interface with computers. Who was the comment from? Lawn Dog? Let's see, what comment was she referring to there? I don't know. I'm familiar with radios and the cables. Some cables do work with other brands. Yeah, not in this case, because these cables had proprietary connectors for the radio side. The two radios that she had, those were not interchangeable. From the channel, I was not sure. Oh, I think she's asking about who the comment was from. That was over here on Scopio. Yeah, Scopio 1000, which is, now this shows up in blue here only because my mouse is floating over it, not because Scopio is a moderator. And I'm not going to bring up Scopio's channel, but because we found some people are sensitive about that, but Scopio does have some videos, and one computer tech video, but it was from 12 years ago. So Scopio has been around for a while. Not active on this channel. Oh, you know what? I wonder. No, remember how we noticed in the chat room we can see the prior activity from people? We don't get to see that this way. If I go over to the chat room, this is something we discovered recently. I'll use it with Lawn Dog. If I click on the three-dot menu, channel activity, this is available to all of you, as we've found out. You can go back and see the chat messages from all the prior shows that a particular individual has made, which on one hand is a little creepy, but as long as you're being a nice person on YouTube, that shouldn't be a problem. Now, it doesn't show the messages that a person has done on other channels. It only shows the messages a person has done during previous live streams on this channel. And I don't think that's, how about we go, this was my channel comments, but if I actually go to, let's see, where do I want to go?
Yes, ICOM even has its own software. A lot of radios will work with a software called Chirp.
Okay, thank you, Chris. So if I actually go to the video itself, view on YouTube, let's do it that way, view on YouTube, and then pause it there. And then if I come into comments, here's Alice. And since Alice is regular, yeah, so that you can't see prior comments on videos from an individual this way, the way you can in the chat room. All right. Oh, I haven't looked to see if there's another show for me to redirect to. So let's go to YouTube Tools, Windows Daily, and Ken Stout Live. See if he's got a show today. He does not. Go check on Kerry Holzman. See if he's got a show today. He does not. All right. So, This is going to be a shorter show, maybe. Maybe, Ken Stout. I said maybe. Let's see. Where was he at? Where were we at? Scopia 1000. Yeah, that's who it was. I hope Scopia comes around and gets involved with us. Chris Garrett. Yes, ICOM even has its own software. A lot of radios will work with other software called Chirp. Yeah, that's software, but the cables, in this case, the cables are not interchangeable. Dennis caught up. Let's not give me any new ideas from Josh. What's next in terms of Windows updates? Whatever Microsoft gives us. I'm not interested at all about speculating. Hello, Bobby Warren. Well, you got here just in time for me to end the show, Bobby. I am not one to drag the show out longer, and I don't see that I have anything else to talk about. So let's wrap it up, shall we? Here's my email address if you want to send a question by email, or you can put a comment in any of my videos or ask a question in the chat room. Myself and the chat room, we will try to give you an answer or answers or give you ideas to find the answers. Yes, Alice, I'm ending early because I'm out of topics and there's not any interesting questions that have come up. Here's your last chance. Is there an interesting question in the chat room? Going once, going twice, going 3 times, and there's a delay before I can see your response. So that's it. Goodbye. Have a great day, everybody.